Have you ever reached for a handful of nuts, thinking you're making a heart-smart choice? Well, here's something you probably haven't been told. Nearly 70% of seniors are regularly eating nuts that may actually fuel chronic inflammation, raise bad cholesterol, weaken bones, and even speed up age-related decline, all while being marketed as healthy. That's right. The very snacks labelled as keto-friendly, plant-based, or good fats may be quietly working against your body, especially after age 65. But here's the good news. Today you'll discover the 5 nuts you should never eat if you want to stay strong, sharp, and independent in your later years. And even more importantly, you'll learn about 5 powerful nuts that actively protect your heart, your memory, your bones, and your energy. This isn't about giving up your favourite snacks. It's about making smarter, safer choices, because the right nut can nourish your body, and the wrong one can quietly take away what matters most. If you or someone you care about is over 60, this may be the most eye-opening health lesson you'll hear all year. Let's dive in. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 5 dangerous nuts seniors should avoid. You know, sometimes the foods we trust the most are the ones doing the most silent damage. Especially after age 60, what used to be harmless in our 40s might now be quietly putting stress on our joints, our hearts, even our memory without us realising it. And here's the surprising part. Some of the worst offenders are nuts. Yes, nuts. Now don't get me wrong, nuts can be one of the healthiest snacks around. But only if you're choosing the right ones. Today, let's talk about 5 nuts every senior should think twice about, because knowing what to avoid is just as powerful as knowing what to eat. Number 1, bitter almonds. You've probably heard almonds are good for the heart, and they are. But not all almonds are the same. Bitter almonds, often sold as apricot kernels or used in so-called detox kits, contain a natural compound called amygdalin. And when your body digests it, it turns into cyanide. Yes, cyanide. The same stuff that blocks your body's ability to use oxygen. Even a small amount, just 4 to 5 raw bitter almonds, can cause dizziness, confusion, or nausea. And more than that, it can be dangerous enough to land someone in the ER. And the older we get, the harder it is for our bodies to process toxins. That means what might have been tolerable in your 30s could be risky now. So if there's one nut you should never see in your snack drawer, this is it. Number 2, peanuts. Affordable? Yes. Convenient? Absolutely. But for seniors, peanuts come with more baggage than most people realise. First, peanuts aren't even real nuts, they're legumes. And they grow underground where they're highly susceptible to mould. That mould produces aflatoxins, which have been linked to liver damage and even cancer over time. But that's not all. Peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which when not balanced by omega-3s, can trigger chronic inflammation. Think joint pain, stiffness, even brain fog. And if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, here's something your doctor may not have mentioned. Peanuts contain vitamin K, which can interfere with your medication and raise your risk of dangerous clotting or unexpected bleeding. So while peanuts look harmless for those over 65, they could quietly be doing more harm than good. And if you're finding this helpful so far, do me a favour, tap that follow button or share this episode with someone you care about. This kind of information can make a real difference. Number 3, macadamia nuts. Ah, macadamias. Smooth, creamy, and delicious. But here's the catch, they're high in fat and low in protein and fibre. The very nutrients your muscles need to stay strong as you age. That imbalance, it can lead to gradual muscle loss, slower recovery after activity, and yes, unwanted weight gain that puts added stress on aging joints. To make things worse, most store-bought macadamias are roasted in inflammatory oils and heavily salted. That combination can quietly worsen joint stiffness and raise your blood pressure without you even noticing. So if staying active and mobile is your goal, macadamia nuts might be working against you. Number 4, pine nuts. They're small, elegant, fancy, but also surprisingly risky. Pine nuts have been shown to interact with common medications, including blood pressure meds, cholesterol-lowering statins, and heart rhythm drugs. For someone taking multiple prescriptions, which most seniors are, this could create unexpected blood pressure, spikes, heart rhythm issues, or clotting problems. But the risks don't end there. Some people experience something called pine mouth, a strange metallic taste that lingers for days, even weeks after eating them. And for seniors already struggling with low appetite, that can quickly spiral into weight loss and nutrient deficiencies. Not to mention the oxidized fats in pine nuts that may damage brain cells and arteries over time. So elegant as they may seem, pine nuts carry far more risks than benefits for aging adults. And finally, number 5, cashews. They're creamy, comforting, and feel like a safe snack. But here's the truth. Cashews are high in oxalates compounds that bind to calcium in your gut and prevent your body from absorbing it. And if there's one thing seniors can't afford to lose, it's bone strength. Cashews can lead to bone thinning, increased fracture risk, poor balance and mobility. They also contain more carbohydrates than most nuts, which can spike blood sugar, especially dangerous for anyone managing prediabetes or diabetes. Plus, those same oxalates can crystallize in your kidneys, raising the risk of kidney stones, particularly if hydration is an issue, which it often is for older adults. And let's not forget, texture cashews are dense. For anyone with dry mouth or reduced chewing strength, they're a choking hazard waiting to happen. So while cashews feel safe, they might quietly be doing the opposite. Now take a deep breath, because here's the silver lining. Not all nuts are harmful. In fact, the right nuts can protect your brain, support your muscles, ease digestion, and even lower your blood pressure. And I'll walk you through all of them next. But before we go there, if any of this resonated with you, I want to hear about it. Drop a quick 1 in the comments if you learned something new, or a 0 if you think we can improve this show for you. Your feedback helps shape every episode. And if you haven't already tapped that follow button so you don't miss part 2 of this series 5, Healing Nuts Every Senior Should Eat, coming up next. Because remember, getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. It means getting smarter about what you put on your plate. 5 healing nuts every senior should eat. You know, I always say food can be your best medicine, or your slowest poison. And after age 60, those little daily choices, they matter more than ever. We've just talked about the 5 nuts that could be silently draining your strength and putting pressure on your heart, bones, and brain. But here's the good news, not all nuts are bad news. In fact, some are deeply healing. And today, I want to share with you 5 powerful nuts that can actually restore energy, protect your memory, and support healthy aging. Let's start with one that doesn't get nearly enough love. Number 1, chestnuts. Now I know what you're thinking, chestnuts. Like the ones roasting on an open fire. Yes, those chestnuts. They're actually quite different from the typical high-fat nuts we're used to. Chestnuts are low in fat, high in complex carbohydrates and fibre, and surprisingly, they're one of the only nuts that contain vitamin C. That's right, a nut with immune-boosting power. They're also very gentle on digestion, which, let's be honest, becomes a more sensitive system as we get older. Chestnuts can help stabilise blood sugar, lower LDL cholesterol, and keep your gut happy without the heaviness that some other nuts cause. I personally like to roast them and toss them into warm grain bowls, delicious and grounding. Next up, number 2, almonds. Almonds are more than just a snack. They're a daily habit for healthy aging. Rich in calcium and magnesium, almonds help keep your bones strong. And as bone density naturally declines after 60, this kind of support becomes essential. But here's the real bonus, almonds also provide healthy fats and plant-based protein, which help preserve muscle mass. That means more strength, better balance, and less risk of falls. And the skin of almonds. It's packed with antioxidants that protect both your brain and heart from aging. If you're eating almonds, go for them raw or dry roasted, and always keep the skin on. That's where the real magic is. Number 3, walnuts. Nature knew what it was doing when it shaped this nut like a brain. Walnuts are rich in ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that supports the structure and flexibility of brain cells. They also contain polyphenols, powerful antioxidants, that can actually cross into the brain and defend your neurons from damage. Plus, did you know, walnuts naturally contain melatonin? That means better sleep, better mood, and better energy during the day. It's all connected. Just a small handful of walnuts a few times a week can support memory, focus, movement, and even sleep. Number 4, Brazil nuts. This one's a powerhouse in disguise. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium, a mineral that supports thyroid function, metabolism, and even hormone balance, especially testosterone, which both men and women need to maintain muscle and bone strength as we age. And here's the kicker, you only need 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day to get the full benefit. That's it. Too much can actually be harmful, so this is a case where less is more. I like to chop mine into yogurt or oatmeal for a satisfying little boost. And finally, number 5, pistachios. Pistachios are like the Swiss Army knife of nuts. They're rich in potassium, which helps lower blood pressure naturally, and that's a big win for heart health. But they also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect your eyes from age-related macular degeneration. Better vision doesn't just mean you can read your favourite book. It means fewer falls, better coordination, and more confidence moving through your day. And here's a little detail. I love when you crack open pistachios yourself, you're actually helping preserve fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination, a tiny habit with a big benefit. So let's recap. Chestnuts for steady energy and smooth digestion, almonds for strong bones and muscles, walnuts for brain power and sleep, Brazil nuts for hormonal balance and metabolism, pistachios for heart vision and coordination. If you're over 60, these 5 simple foods can help nourish your body from the inside out. And the best part, you don't need to eat a lot, just a little every day consistently. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these 5 healing nuts are you going to try this week? Let me know in the comments. And if this episode helped you, don't forget to follow and share it with someone who might need it too. Because getting older isn't about slowing down. It's about learning how to support your body better, one bite at a time. So let's step back for a moment. We've covered a lot today, the nuts that quietly chip away at your energy and health, and the ones that help rebuild it bite by bite. And here's what it all comes down to. Every single bite you take can either heal your body or harm it. And often it starts with something as simple as your snack drawer. Now this isn't about fear. It's not about cutting everything out or being perfect. It's about choosing wisely. Because after 60, the food you choose isn't just fuel, it's your frontline defense. It's your way of protecting your independence, your memory, and your ability to keep doing the things you love. And here's the encouraging part. Small, simple swaps can make a big difference. Trade the wrong nut for the right one, shift one habit, and suddenly your whole day feels different. Better digestion, clearer thinking, deeper sleep, stronger steps. You don't need a full health overhaul, just a little more awareness and a little more care. And if today's episode helped shift your mindset even a little, I'd love to know. Leave a comment or a review. It not only helps this podcast grow, it tells me what's working for you. And of course, make sure you're following True Health Way, so you never miss another wellness insight designed just for your stage of life. Because aging, well, it starts with knowledge and moves with action. Before we wrap up today, I've got a question for you. Which nut surprised you the most? Was it one you thought was healthy, but now see in a whole new light? Or maybe it was a healing nut you hadn't even considered before? Whatever it was, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment or send us a quick message, because your journey matters here. And if you found even one useful insight in today's episode, hit that follow button. Like, share or subscribe to True Health Way wherever you're listening, so you never miss another age-smart tip designed just for you. Because getting older doesn't mean giving up joy. It means getting wiser about what you put on your plate. It means choosing foods that give more back to your body, your brain, and your future. Thanks for being here with me today. I'll see you, or rather speak with you, in the next episode. Until then, stay strong, stay curious, and stay kind to yourself.